lemon, put a little malt vinegar on there.
Yeah. But
I do like my food.
Yeah, we love food.
And that's very good of me.
Because we love food.
Gluttony.
We ate all of our food. We made happy plates, except my huge bowl of sauerkraut, because I don't know why they gave me that much.
I don't know why you think that's so.
What's up, guys? This is Maxwell here, and this is the FOCO Foodie podcast. With me, as always, is my co-host and wife, Renee.
Hey, guys.
And, we're just creating our first episode, trying out this podcast, mainly to review restaurants around the area. Kind of locally, we live around in the Fort Collins, northern Colorado region, and it's kind of a big food scene.
We like food.
Yes, we are definite foodies for life. But, so we thought, we'd kind of just give our 2 cents and, see if anybody out there cares about it and, see where it goes from there. So we went to, Cooper's Pub? Coopersmith's Pub. And is that German?
No, I don't know. It says English pub. So
English pub.
England. Yeah. I can read a little bit about it if you want. This is straight from their website. It says, tucked in the heart of Old Town Fort Collins, world-famous Coopersmith's Pub and Brewing is one-of-a-kind eating and drinking experience heard round the world. Our brew pub features an on-site brewery. We don't drink. We didn't really care about the brewery part.
Yeah, but anybody who's starting to listen to this podcast for the first time, just a heads up, we don't drink. So this is mainly just a food podcast. Most of the time we just get water at restaurants, and we're all about the food.
We had some beer battered things in our food, though.
That's true.
So who knows? That could have been made with some fancy beer. I don't know. Our English pub meets American standards dining experience, offers zesty vegetarian options, regional specialties, and seasonal menu. They're pretty much known for their food and their beer. I think I read somewhere that it was like 1987 or something. 1989 is kind of when the restaurant started.
Yeah, so it's not that new.
No, and especially around that area, a lot of those buildings are really old.
Yeah, like that town, Fort Collins, has a decent history. It's a decently old town. I don't know when it was established. I don't know. Do you know if it was like one of the first cities established in northern Colorado?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not that old. It's only big because of the college.
Yeah, but long story short.
It was a fort and whatever. Yeah.
That's true, Fort Collins. Mm-hmm. Anyways. Yeah, Fort Collins, is a cool place, and lots of good food, including this Cooper place. But Coopersmith's. I know, I keep forgetting.
Do I need to remind you of what a Coopersmith is? So
sure.
We're looking at their glasses, we're drinking our water from, and it was like a barrel, and this guy had a hammer and
It's like a picture of a man hunched over a barrel, hammering on top of it, hammering a cork into the top or something.
And I was like, well, Smith, a blacksmith, but why would he be doing that on a barrel? So I was like, I bet you a Coopersmith, a blacksmith is a legit thing. So according to Google and I guess Ancestry.com, Americanized form of German Kupferschmied, an occupational name for a smith. Although the literal meaning is coopersmith, during the Middle Ages, the term was also used to denote a blacksmith. But then on Wikipedia, this makes a little more sense. Talks about how a cooper is a person trained to make wooden casks, barrels, buckets, tubs, vats, troughs, and other similar containers. So that kind of makes more sense because of the beer and the barrels and all that.
Yeah, so this place is really, you walk into it and obviously the first thing you see is the big long bar that they have. But it's almost like it's 2 separate buildings. Whenever you walk in, you have the first half at the entrance, there's a bar, but then right to your right as soon as you walk in is the restaurant. Yeah. It's booze, tables, a kitchen, you know, with just people passing out food just straight up through the kitchen. I mean, it's almost like a diner. So I mean, it's a cool vibe, you know. It's not, if like you can definitely go there with like your family. It's not just like a bar.
Yeah, it felt like kind of casual too, like, but then, and we'll probably talk about this, but like the prices and the way the food was presented, it was a little bit more like upscale.
Yeah.
Did you get that vibe? Like,
I got more homey vibes.
But it was, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, you can still go in there wearing whatever you're wearing and going with your family or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think for like maybe the portion and the price,
yeah,
it was a little bit on the higher end.
Yeah, and we'll get to that for sure.
But it's still a cool, eclectic atmosphere, I'd say.
Yeah, like lots of like dark wood. I kind of got like a pretty warm feeling, and it was like cold outside too. I mean, I was cold like walking in, but then as soon as I walked in, like, I don't know, I just kind of just got this sense of warmth, and it just felt really comfortable in there. So yeah, I mean, cool. I feel like you would imagine like a typical pub to be like, you know, even in like movies, if you see a pub, it's kind of the same vibes. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like a good sense of the ambiance. What did you think about like the servers?
Yeah, our girl was nice. Another thing too, about that area, there's a lot of college students that work there. I don't know if this girl's necessarily a college student, but you always get kind of those like younger, kind of hipper people working in these cool little restaurants. But
yeah, it seemed like it was like almost like, you know, young adult females, like in their 20s or, you know, late 20s.
Yeah, that's a lot of restaurants down there.
Did you notice like there was like no male servers there?
Yeah, I guess now that you say that.
I almost noticed that right off the bat.
Yeah, everyone was nice. We had to wait a minute when we walked in because there's nobody at the hostess stand. But then we got seated pretty quickly. It was fairly busy too. They're doing this thing called Great Plates, where it's like the first 2 weeks of March, and it's this big fundraiser for like the Larimer County Food Bank.
Yeah.
And restaurants just put on all these deals. So there's like, can be anywhere from like a 1-person meal for $25, and it can have an appetizer or no appetizer, like just an entree. It could be like a super fancy restaurant. It would be like $25 a person.
Yeah.
Or you could go to like a burger place, and it'd be like 4 burgers, 4 things of fries, $25 for your family.
Yeah.
Like everything's $25. I don't know, really, like that's just their thing.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch of restaurants that do all these deals, and you can donate money to the food bank. And
I think, yeah, definitely if you are like a tourist, like planning on coming in like around this time, definitely like hit up Fort Collins for food.
It's like a good time to try
breakfast,
places,
lunch, and dinner.
It's not like it can be more expensive, or like I said, is least expensive to feed your family of 4 if you want.
Yeah, really. Yeah, they do like feed your family of 4 for $25. I mean, that's
and then you get to try solid. Like cool restaurants.
Yeah, and all these places are like local. You know, they're not like chains or anything. They're really cool. But yeah, I mean, I thought overall like the service was good.
Yeah.
I never really had to worry about like, you know, getting a refill for my glass. Really, all we did was just we knew what we wanted pretty much right away.
I was gonna say it was pretty simple. Like we didn't have any like crazy substitutions and requests off the menu. No. Maxwell asked what their most popular thing was, but
yeah. Well, I mean, like this was our first time there, and so I definitely wanted to make sure like we got at least one of our meals was like one of the most popular things that's ordered there, which was the swine Schnitzel that they were serving. It's just essentially, yeah, that's what it was called, like online on their online menu. They also on the menu in person, it's just called the Schnitzel, but I'm pretty sure it's the only Schnitzel that they have on the menu. But essentially, it's just like a pork chop, tenderized, really, really thin, and then it's breaded and then covered with like this lemon, you know, zesty gravy on top of the whole thing. Is just on top of smashed mashed potatoes, and just served with a side of
potatoes.
Yeah, it's like all flattened. You didn't notice that?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, they like they mash the potatoes and then they like spread it on the plate and then they put the pork chop on. Mm-hmm. Or the schnitzel. The schnitzel. And then they give you a huge side of sauerkraut. Which was good with the pork chop.
I didn't think Maxwell would like that.
I didn't either. I thought I hated sauerkraut, but I was still going to try it. And I tried it with everything all together. The potatoes, the pork chop, the gravy, and the sauerkraut. And it was really good. It was really, really good. And I was just really surprised with how, like, I felt like the breading, it was, like, perfectly fried. Like, yeah, I couldn't have asked for it to be fried like any better.
Burnt or, like, soggy.
And from the time that we ordered to the time that it came out was, like, no more than, like, what, quick. 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Like 15 minutes top, but I think it's closer to 10 minutes that it came out, which was crazy because it was busy in there too. Like this is coming towards the end of Great Plates season.
Yeah, and it was right around, I mean, it's Monday night, but it was like dinner time, 6 o'clock.
Almost like, I mean, it was over half full, the place in there was. And I was very, very surprised and impressed with how fast the food came out. And it was not like undercooked and it wasn't burnt. It was like perfect, both my dish and your dish. You want to tell them what you got?
So I got the fish and chips. When we asked the girl like what the most popular things were, she did say the New York strip because that I didn't see that on their normal menu, but it was on the Great Plates menu. And I almost wanted it because I liked steak. But I don't know. We talked about the fish and chips before, and then I was just like, that sounds good. I'm just going to get that.
Yeah.
So that was cod dipped in beer batter.
Beer. See, we tried it.
Yep.
It's a beer place.
And
we had beer.
The beer fries. I had double the beer.
Ooh.
The beer battered fries. Not beer fries, beer battered fries. And then it had this big thing of tartar sauce, which I'm not a big fan of tartar sauce. And lemon wedges and some malt vinegar. So it's like your classic fish and chips
she didn't
meal.
ask for anything extra. She literally just asked for what it came with, and that's what it came with. Just little packets of malt vinegar, the fries, the fish, and tartar sauce. A big, huge thing of tartar sauce. Unless you're eating it by the spoonfuls.
I don't like tartar sauce.
I think this place just like gives you huge portion sizes of sauces.
Of certain things.
Even like ketchup.
But,
it was a lot.
Yeah, like the condiments. But I felt like I could have ate more fries.
Yeah. Well,
I feel like yours was
their condiment dishes are huge.
Big.
It wasn't
if we would have paid full price, I would have been a little more disappointed, I think. But
yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. So we can kind of start getting into like the value and like what we think. I don't know. I mean, overall, like if you definitely go during in my opinion, I think if you go during the $25 deal, that's
so it was two entrees for $25. So both of ours together was $25.
Our whole meal was $25, and I think originally it was supposed to be.
Mine was $17.50.
$17.50.
And yours
Mine
was like $17.50 as well.
Was it $17.50?
Right now.
It was supposed to be $35 for not including tax, but after tax and after tip today, and we gave a 20% tip. It was $31.88.
Yep.
Which is crazy. $31.88. So that's kind of like a no-brainer. If just like, you and your wife, you and your friend, your girlfriend, whatever, boyfriend, want to go out and, just eat something fun, local, good food. During this time, like it's a no-brainer, I think. But
I don't think
I would second guess it.
Yours was good.
Your food was good. You didn't like it.
No, I'm saying I don't think I would pay $17.50 for mine.
Yeah.
It just was like not anything special. It was just typical fish and chips. I was kind of like heavier on the breading. It's just cod, so it's just generic kind of fish and chips. The French fries were really good.
They were good.
I just don't think it was worth $17.50. but put a little lemon, put a little malt vinegar on there. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
Did you leave?
I don't regret it.
Did you leave full?
Not stuffed.
Okay.
But
full and satisfied.
I guess so.
Like, do you think that you left hungry?
No.
Okay. Well, then that's full.
I was not hungry, but
you left full.
You know how I am.
I know. We're the type of people that kind of like we can just keep eating and eating and eating, and we're kind of have to be careful about it. But
it's not very good of me.
Because we love food.
Gluttony, not a good thing.
Yeah,
but I do like my food.
Yeah, we love food.
And I just started eating Maxwell sauerkraut, just plain.
She started eating it by the fork, the spoonful.
I like
She
sauerkraut.
just started after we ate all of our food. We made happy plates, except my huge bowl of sauerkraut because I don't know why they gave me that much.
I don't know why you think that's so weird. It's normal to eat sauerkraut.
It's like whenever somebody.
It's not a condiment.
It's like whenever somebody just goes to the salad bar and just gets a big bowl of cottage cheese.
Yeah.
And just starts eating it like cereal or something. That weirds me out. It grosses me out. I don't know exactly. I think especially with the cottage cheese, it's curdled cheese. Like it's curdled milk. I don't know. It's just really I've smelt it, I've tasted it. It's too sour.
It was good sauerkraut, okay?
And the sauerkraut.
I haven't had sauerkraut in a minute, and so I started eating it. I was like, this is good.
I think if you don't like sauerkraut, it's definitely worth a try with the whole meal. But if you don't like sauerkraut, don't eat it by itself. You're going to ruin the experience.
It's just pickled cabbage, okay? It's not anything.
It is. It's pickled cabbage.
Gross, really. It's like a pickle.
I thought the tartar sauce tastes more like a pickle, and Renee doesn't like the tartar sauce, but she loves pickles.
I like pickles. I like pickled things.
You like dill.
Yeah.
And there was dill in that.
I don't really like mayonnaise.
I tasted the dill. I think the mayonnaise was getting to your head, just like the cottage cheese
I
gets to my head.
still tried it with the fish, though. But it's just, I choose not. I'd rather put, like, malt vinegar on my fish and chips. I don't like ketchup either.
That's the first time I've ever seen.
When did we get fish and chips?
But still, I've seen people order fried fish, and I've never seen anybody just put vinegar on their on their fish. Just vinegar?
That's a normal thing as well.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I've never seen that. Well, we don't really eat.
I'm just joking. It's fine. I think it's a normal thing. Like, it's obvious. They gave you malt vinegar.
Like, it must be, a normal thing for, like, the culture. But I'm just saying,
just fish and chips.
That just kind of just seems a little bizarre to me. Like, I tried it, too.
Usually they bring it out into a big bottle, and you can kind of shake it on.
Yeah.
Just give me a little packet, but.
Yeah, that's more Renee's mojo, is, like, the more vinegary, sour tastes. I like more smoky, subtle flavors. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think if like anybody ever goes, it's definitely worth a try to try the Schnitzel.
Yeah, if you go, try that.
The Schnitzel, no matter what, try the Schnitzel.
We didn't get this, but the bangers and mash is, I think, another like
kind of more good.
Cultural, like unique dish.
Yeah,
that's more of the English kind of vibe. It's a sausage on some mashed potatoes. And then another thing that we didn't try that we would have tried if we could have, like they're kind of famous for their warm applesauce. I saw some people get the steak, but then instead of like the vegetable it came with, they got applesauce instead. So I think that's kind of one of their things.
Yeah, warm applesauce. So it must be pretty good. Never had it. Have you ever had warm applesauce? I mean, I'm not saying it sounds bad. I mean, we eat apple pie, which is warm, but.
Yes, because my grandma makes applesauce.
Warm?
Like, she made it and then...
Is part of making applesauce is like cooking it? Is that part of it?
You have to cook the apples.
Oh, I've never seen anybody make applesauce.
Yeah, you cook the apples and then you
You mash
blend
them.
It up, yeah.
Yeah. I've always eaten it cold or room temperature.
I like it.
I've never eaten it warm.
I like it cold, but... I mean, it's what you think it would be. It's warm applesauce.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of really easy to imagine.
But maybe the applesauce was good.
It's probably like special with everything all together because, I mean, with the sausage and the mashed potatoes and everything, I mean, that's probably like it's all like its own unique combination of flavors that would probably, I don't know. I think it's fun, like, to kind of eat foreign foods like that, like, all together. So you kind of just get, like, a good idea. It kind of, like, just gives me a better sense of the culture, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, even if it, like, has things that I wouldn't usually eat, you know, like, I don't like wasabi or, you know, like sauerkraut. I think I appreciated the combination of all the flavors together, and it was all really good.
Yeah.
But
we were kind of talking about like what we would compare this restaurant to, like for people to give them an idea of kind of just what kind of food atmosphere.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, definitely just like your typical
pub,
like American restaurant.
Yeah.
With a bar.
Yeah, they got like pretzels, beer.
So they had like bar food, appetizers.
Burgers.
Yeah, they had like a whole thing of burgers. So like, I mean, pretty normal restaurant.
I think more like the Schnitzel and the
Bangers.
The bangers and hash. Is that what it's called?
Bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash. Yeah, the bangers and mash are like their more specialty things.
Just kind of to be in touch with the culture. I don't know.
Yeah. Which is fun.
So,
it's also about the experience.
And it's not a chain, so it is unique.
It's
just its own
special
thing. But I mean, it's not like you're getting a super special experience if you go there. It's not like they're all wearing kilts and playing bagpipes and stuff like that.
Although that would be cool, but it's an English place, not Scottish.
That's true. But we were trying to talk about, we were like, isn't sauerkraut German?
No, Schnitzel.
Schnitzel.
We thought Schnitzel. Schnitzel's a German word, I'm pretty sure.
And then we were talking about like, but pubs are like Irish. We're like, it's just European.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's just overall, it's just kind of maybe European vibes. Something is cool about the place is they have like art on the walls, done by like local artists, and they even have like little plaques next to them that you can read, which is pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it'll be a little awkward if you go to read one of them and you're like leaning over somebody's food. You know, it's right.
They do that in a lot of restaurants, though.
Yeah, it's a cool Fort Collins thing, and the restaurant is like right in the middle of the square.
Yeah.
And like during the summertime, I'm sure it's like really cool because they open their patio
seating, yeah.
And it's right in the middle of the square where there's no cars or anything. It's just like people walking around, going shopping and stuff. So, and it's right next door to a Ben and Jerry's, which we went to for dessert.
Yep.
Which we only paid less than $6 for both Renee and I's ice cream.
Great plates.
Yep, great plates, baby. So it was a good little date night, and I mean, I thought it was definitely it was worth our time.
Yeah.
And money for what we paid.
Yeah.
But probably more for like a special occasion, maybe once a week or once every 2 week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Depending on your guys' budget, but we usually kind of just like to eat for about $10 a person.
I think the average price of everything full price, is like
close to $40
each thing.
Oh, I thought you meant like if we paid full price for our stuff.
No, I'm looking at the entrees here. Probably like $17.
Yeah, average per person. You're paying over $15 a person.
Salad for $12.50. Yeah. But that's salad. And then some big apple steak with was $26. Their burgers are like $15. I mean, yeah. So I'd say like $15-$16.
Yeah, I mean, if you know, it's
which is not bad. But
it's like prices if you're going to like to BJ's or something.
Yeah, like it's
Like and
if you want to make it something special,
yeah,
it can't be.
I mean, for us, I mean, we can't afford
to
go to BJ's all the time.
Like that all the time.
Yeah, like we can't afford to be like spending $15 a person all the time. Like most of the time, about $10 is like our cap. Around $10 is like our cap per person.
Yeah. But the the $25 thing was a good deal.
Yeah, it was overall a good deal.
So.
But yeah.
What?
Well, you could ask me what I was going to rate it.
Yes.
Okay.
We also didn't get dessert.
We didn't get dessert.
Oh,
they
well,
didn't
we got
offer
dessert.
She didn't even ask us if we wanted dessert.
They didn't do that at the restaurant. What were we talking about?
Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah. Also Rodizio.
I was thinking about that, though. At Texas Roadhouse, they give you dessert right off the bat with those freaking cinnamon sugar honey buns.
Yeah.
Like, they don't even ask you if you want dessert because they already ate.
Yeah.
And you're full by the time your entree comes to where you bought a meal that you didn't even really need.
They only have 2 desserts on their menu here.
And they know you're not going to want
a stout cake and bread pudding.
We did not get dessert. We were actually planning on going to Ben and Jerry's. So, maybe...
I might have gone with the bread pudding, but... I don't know, the dessert menu doesn't look that special.
I was about to say, I would have wanted to try the stout cake. That sounds interesting. I've never had that. I have had bread pudding. I've never had stout cake.
Stout. I think that's beer. The type of beer. Like tiramisu. Oh, there's rum in tiramisu.
Yeah, or like the flaming turtle at melting pot.
Yeah.
It has, is that vodka or what is that?
I don't know. Probably
rum. Yeah, I think it's rum, yeah.
But yes, what would you rate it overall?
So yeah, I mean, after...
On a scale of 1 to 5 is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're doing 5 stars for all these places.
Including everything, service, experience, food.
Yeah, I think really, like, it was really, like, I thought it was really good food. I left full, for sure full, and I'm kind of somebody who eats a good amount. It was very filling, hearty food. It came out very well cooked. It all tasted good. It even got me to try something new, and I ended up liking it, or just something new to me. And service was great. Place was clean, not too loud. Only problem is the regular pricing, just a little much for kind of just casually going. In my opinion.
For the portion.
Yeah.
I would say.
Maybe, for the portion. But overall, I give it a 4.
Based on all those things. Also, I mean, we definitely shared each other's, but like, I got fish and chips. Maxwell got the Schnitzel.
Yeah.
So if I'm just kind of going based off of like my experience eating most of the fish and chips, I'd say I'd give it a 3.5.
I was debating the 3.5 or the 4. I had a feeling you would give it a 3.5 though. I knew you were gonna go lower than me.
I liked yours better than mine, to be honest.
I did too.
But I liked the fries. And it was, I mean, fish and chips, that's what I got.
I was about to say, your meal didn't seem any, like a special fish and chips.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's it was 3 big pieces of fish.
If anybody's been in the Yard House and had their fish and chips, that's what it tastes like, their fish and chips.
A little Long John Silver's action.
No, it's not like Long John Silver's. Don't say that.
I'm just joking.
It's not like Long John Silver's. If you guys like fish and chips and you are craving fish and chips, that's a good place to go for fish and chips. Just
don't expect I've been to places
amazing
where the fish and chips, it's like a different breading. It's probably not beer batter, so it's not the same consistency, but it's just a lighter breading. The fish is a little flakier, not as like dense. Just seems like a better quality fish. Like, I don't know. This is just more of, I don't know. I can't think of another restaurant that has fish and chips, but like...
I said the Yard House. You said Long John Silver's. I've been to other pubs, and I've also been to... Well, I've been to like one pub. And now that I remember, I think it was in Galveston or something. And then also another seafood place in Galveston that sells fish and chips. I think they all kind of taste the same. Yeah. Fish and chips usually is always... The batter is always beer batter. And it kind of just has this distinct taste.
Mm-hmm.
The breading is always kind of this distinct texture and thickness and crispness. But I think both of our meals came out like cooked perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't think it was overcooked.
Good. That's why I didn't give it a 0.
Can you give it a 0 though?
Yes.
I feel like the lowest you can give any place is like half a star.
A tip of a star. A little tip.
You ever heard of you remember that TikTok? It's like, I would give you a 0. But since I can't give you a 0, I give you a 1.
Yeah.
I feel like that's true, but
okay.
More to discuss on later.
Yeah, but just overall for I think the portion size, price, wasn't anything special. That's why I give it a little bit less. But it was definitely a fun location.
Yeah.
Just a different atmosphere. Yeah. Got to try something different with Maxwell's food we shared, so I also count that into my experience.
Yeah.
It was relatively quick. We didn't have to wait. Our server was nice.
So you're sticking with that 3.5.
Yeah.
You're locking it in.
Well, I'm just thinking about all the places we're going to be reviewing in the future, and I'm like, I can't give something too high.
All right.
Because I'm going to find something one day and I'll be like, that's a 5.
I don't know if I've ever.
I know. I don't even know what my like standard.
I have 4.5s for sure. I don't think I found a 5 yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert. I don't know. Maybe one of these places that we go to.
Well, we're trying these new places and.
Yeah.
We'll go to places that we've been to before as well.
Yeah, but the main plan is like, we're doing this for, the people's experience who haven't tried these places. Maybe they're tourists. Maybe they just don't know much about the food scene in Fort Collins. But then also like for us, to branch out and try more places, try different foods, because an
excuse for us to go out to eat.
This is our thing.
That's one of our favorite things
This
to
is
do.
our thing, that we do. So it's really exciting, and this is gonna be a fun time for sure. But so I guess average 3.75 stars.
That's right.
For this place. Would you return?
Yeah.
I would return.
Yes. Okay.
I would give it some time. Yeah. I would return. Definitely come back around this time next year. I would go again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
But if I
try something
going
different.
a different time of the year, I think I would still go back. Yeah, we want to try and go. They do happy hour like Monday through Friday.
Year round?
Yeah, 3 to 6. There's obviously deals on drinks, which we don't care about, but they also have deals on appetizers. And we really wanted to try the pretzel.
Yeah, we saw the pretzel. It looks good. It's like a full-size pretzel.
Came with like a green chili cheese sauce.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what I'd try next time. But I think I would definitely have to like really want it to go and pay the full price.
Yeah, I agree. We just have to be in the mood. And I mean, we do. We get put in the mood sometimes, to go to places we haven't been to in a while, even though it may cost a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I would totally return and try something different just because the food was good.
Yeah.
This time. So, anyways, anything else?
All right. I don't think so. That was very detailed explanation.
Yeah. Thank you, Coopersmith.
For sponsoring this video.
Yeah. Just kidding. All these opinions are ours and ours
But we
alone.
are going to become famous to where restaurants will know who we are and then give us free food. So
yes.
One day, Coopersmiths will be a sponsor.
They will bow to us.
Stop.
All right, everybody. Well, we'll catch you guys later for another episode of the FOCO Foodie podcast. Thanks.
Yep. Bye.
See ya.